Most people who struggle with constipation think they need one thing, more fiber. So they rush to the store, fill their cart with high-fiber cereals, whole wheat crackers, raw broccoli, and bran muffins, hoping that more roughage will mean more bowel movements. But after a few days, the bloating gets worse, the gas gets embarrassing, and the stool? It either stays painfully hard or turns into strange, incomplete fragments. Why does this happen? Because not all fiber is created equal, and not all vegetables help relieve constipation. In fact, some of the most popular healthy veggies actually make constipation worse, especially if your gut is inflamed, your microbiome is off balance, or your motility is already sluggish. See, your colon isn't just a pipe. It's a living, breathing organ controlled by nerves, muscles, water, and microscopic bacteria. And to move waste effectively, your colon needs 3 things from vegetables: moisture-retaining fiber that keeps the stool soft, not dry and abrasive; fermentable compounds that feed the good bacteria responsible for producing butyrate, the molecule that tells your colon to contract; anti-inflammatory phytonutrients that soothe the gut lining and reduce spasms, gas, and irritation. But here's the problem. Most people eat the wrong kind of vegetables for their condition. They load up on raw cruciferous veggies like broccoli and cauliflower, which contain hard-to-digest fibers and sulfur compounds that trigger gas and bloating. Or they eat too many grains, thinking all fiber is equal, when in reality, fiber that helps constipation is gel-forming and hydrating, not just scratchy and dry. So if you've been eating healthy and still feel stuck, swollen, and frustrated, you're not broken. You've just been given the wrong list. In today's video, we're going to fix that once and for all. You're about to discover the top 9 best vegetables for constipation relief. These aren't generic recommendations. These are vegetables that meet 3 strict criteria. They contain soluble or prebiotic fiber that helps stool hold water and move smoothly. They are clinically shown or biologically plausible to increase butyrate production or gut motility. They are gentle on inflamed or sensitive colons, meaning they don't trigger excess gas, cramps, or irritation. Even better, they're easy to find, affordable, and taste good when prepared right. Now, you might be wondering, why focus on vegetables at all? Can't supplements or fiber powders do the same thing? Here's the truth. Supplements have their place. But real food does more than one thing at once. The right vegetable doesn't just help you poop. It hydrates, nourishes your gut lining, balances your microbiome, and reduces the underlying inflammation that caused the constipation in the first place. And when you eat the right vegetables consistently, your body begins to repair itself. Your stomach empties better. Your colon contracts more predictably, your brain fog lifts, and your morning routine becomes predictable, clean, and painless. Imagine going to the bathroom every single day, without pushing, without straining, without anxiety. That's not a fantasy. That's what happens when you support your gut's natural rhythm with the right fuel. Here's how this video will work. We're going to count down the top 9 best vegetables from number 9 to number 1. For each one, I'll tell you why it works based on its unique compounds, how to eat it for maximum effect, and any specific tips if you're dealing with IBS, sensitive digestion, or gas-prone symptoms. And don't worry, I'll also tell you which vegetables to avoid, especially if you're prone to bloating or cramps. Stick with me until the end, because the number 1 vegetable on this list has been shown in clinical studies to increase stool frequency, reduce straining, and improve gut satisfaction scores in just 7 days. Before we begin, take a second and think, how many days a week do you go to the bathroom without pain, effort, or discomfort? If the answer is less than 6, your colon is sending you a message. And it's not asking for more cereal. It's asking for real support, starting with what's on your plate. So grab a pen or open your notes app, because these next 9 vegetables might just change your digestion, your energy, and your life. Let's get started with number 9. Number 9, zucchini, the soothing water carrier. Zucchini is one of the most underrated vegetables for constipation relief. While it may not be a fiber powerhouse, what makes zucchini powerful is its hydration profile. It's made of over 94% water, and unlike crunchy, rough vegetables like raw carrots or cabbage, zucchini's fiber is soft and mucilaginous. meaning it gently coats and soothes the intestinal lining. Its skin provides a small but meaningful amount of soluble fiber, which helps retain water in the stool, making it softer and easier to pass. Plus, zucchini is very low in fermentable sugars like FODMAPs, which means it won't produce excess gas. Perfect for those with IBS-C or sensitive guts. How to eat: lightly steam or saute zucchini in olive oil with herbs. Avoid eating it raw if your digestion is weak, as even mild raw fiber can be irritating to inflamed intestines. Bonus: zucchini contains a compound called pectin, also found in apples, which acts as a prebiotic and feeds healthy gut bacteria. Number 8. Green beans, the gut-friendly bulker. Green beans, also called string beans or snap beans, provide a rare combination: moderate fiber, gentle texture, and easy digestibility. Each cup of cooked green beans provides about 4 grams of fiber, with a mix of soluble and insoluble types. The insoluble part helps increase stool bulk, while the soluble part attracts water and helps soften that bulk. It's this combo that helps move stool along without triggering spasms or urgency. Unlike fibrous leafy greens, green beans don't swell or ferment as heavily in the colon, making them less likely to trigger bloating. They're also rich in vitamin K, folate, and magnesium, all nutrients involved in smooth muscle contraction and colon relaxation. How to eat: steam or lightly saute with garlic and lemon. Avoid overcooking, as mushy beans lose prebiotic power. Bonus tip: add a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil when serving. This healthy fat lubricates the colon and enhances bile flow, aiding natural motility. Number 7. Carrots, cooked the gentle mover. Carrots are often praised for their vitamin A, but few realize their value for digestion. When cooked, carrots become an ideal food for those with constipation and intestinal inflammation. Their fiber becomes more digestible after steaming or boiling, while still retaining enough soluble fiber to promote stool formation. Carrots are particularly helpful for those who suffer from constipation alternating with diarrhea, a pattern common in IBS. They're also rich in falcarinol, a phytonutrient shown to reduce intestinal inflammation and support the gut lining. This makes them especially helpful for people whose constipation is caused by damage or irritation of the colon's mucosal barrier. How to eat: steam carrots until fork tender, mash with a drizzle of olive oil and a pinch of salt. Serve warm for best effect. Clinical note: in traditional German medicine, carrot soup has been used for over a century to manage infant constipation and diarrhea alike, thanks to its gut normalizing action. Number 6. Beets, the stool softening detoxifier. Beets are not just a vibrant root. They're a powerhouse of soluble fiber, nitric oxide precursors, and betaine, a compound that helps the liver and gallbladder produce bile. Bile is crucial in constipation relief because it acts as a natural lubricant, helping fats and fiber move through the digestive tract more smoothly. Without enough bile, stool tend to be dry and sticky, hard to pass. Beets also promote blood flow to the digestive tract through nitric oxide production, which can improve oxygen delivery to the colon's muscle layers, boosting peristalsis. And finally, their deep red pigments, betalains, have anti-inflammatory properties that calm irritated bowels and support the integrity of gut barrier cells. How to eat: steam, roast, or boil beets until soft. Slice or mash and drizzle with lemon juice and a touch of olive oil or tahini. Avoid canned beets with added sugar. Constipation booster combo: pair beets with a handful of arugula or dandelion greens. This combination stimulates bile and provides a 1-2 punch of fiber plus bitterness to trigger gallbladder function. Mini recap before we move to the top 5. Let's review what we've covered so far. Number 9, zucchini, high water content plus soothing soluble fiber. Number 8, green beans, gentle, gas-free bulk with magnesium support. Number 7, cooked carrots, soothing, low FODMAP anti-inflammatory action. Number 6, beets, stimulate bile, soften stool, improve blood flow to the gut. All 4 of these vegetables are easy to digest, low in fermentable sugars, and support the 3 core pillars of constipation relief: DNA, microbial health, hydration, and smooth muscle activity. When eaten consistently, they begin to retrain your gut, teaching it to hydrate the stool, coordinate contractions, and release waste fully, without pills, powders, or dependency on harsh laxatives. But this was just the warm-up. The vegetables in our top 5 pack even more punch when it comes to producing butyrate, activating colon receptors, and restoring healthy bowel habits, sometimes in just a few days. If you've ever dealt with sticky, hard-to-pass stool, unpredictable urges, or the pain of straining, you'll want to pay close attention to what's coming next. Ready for the next level? Let's dive into vegetables number 5 to number 2, some of which you might already have in your fridge, but have never eaten the right way for constipation relief. Number 5, sweet potatoes, the soluble fiber superstar. When it comes to gut-friendly vegetables, sweet potatoes are often underrated, but they may be one of the most complete foods for constipation relief. Why? Because they combine hydration, potassium, and the ideal balance of soluble and insoluble fiber in one delicious package. Each medium-sized sweet potato provides about 4 grams of fiber, over half of which is soluble. The type of fiber that gels with water, adds bulk without dryness, and feeds good gut bacteria. They're also loaded with potassium, which balances sodium and helps draw water into the colon. This makes sweet potatoes especially helpful if your constipation is linked to dehydration or electrolyte imbalance. But perhaps their greatest strength lies in resistant starch, a form of carbohydrate that reaches the colon undigested and becomes food for bacteria that produce butyrate. Butyrate is the molecule that strengthens colon wall integrity, reduces inflammation, and promotes rhythmic contractions that lead to clean, satisfying bowel movements. How to eat for maximum effect. Bake sweet potatoes with the skin on. The skin contains additional fiber and antioxidant compounds. Eat them warm with a drizzle of olive oil or ghee and a pinch of cinnamon. Avoid adding marshmallows or syrup. Excess sugar can feed the wrong bacteria. Clinical bonus. In a 2016 study, elderly patients who added 1 small baked sweet potato to lunch daily improved stool consistency and reduced laxative use in just 10 days. Number 4, artichokes, the prebiotic powerhouse. Artichokes are a digestive treasure, packed with inulin, a form of prebiotic soluble fiber that feeds bifidobacterium and lactobacillus, 2 of the most important bacterial species for digestive health and stool regularity. Inulin is not digested in the small intestine. Instead, it travels to the colon where it is fermented into short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, which stimulate peristalsis and regulate fluid balance. Artichokes also support liver function and bile production thanks to cynurin, a compound that increases bile flow. As we've discussed before, bile is a natural stool softener and lubricant that assists in fat digestion and promotes smooth motility. How to eat. Steamed artichoke hearts dipped in lemon juice and olive oil are ideal. Frozen and canned versions can be used if packed in water, not brine. Avoid deep-fried artichoke chips or heavy cheese dips, which defeat the purpose. Gas warning. If you're new to inulin or prone to bloating, start with half a serving and build up slowly. Inulin can cause gas during the initial adjustment period, but over time, it helps regulate fermentation patterns in the colon. Extra benefit. Artichokes also contain polyphenol that reduce oxidative stress and promote mucosal healing in the colon. Great for long-term gut repair. Number 3, spinach, the magnesium-rich mover. Spinach earns its place near the top for one key reason: magnesium. This leafy green delivers an average of 157 milligrams of magnesium per cooked cup, a crucial mineral for constipation relief. Magnesium helps draw water into the intestines via osmosis, softens stool, and relaxes the smooth muscles lining the colon. That makes bowel movements easier and reduces spasms that cause incomplete evacuation. Beyond magnesium, spinach contains folate, vitamin K, and carotenoids that nourish the cells lining your gut. It also provides chlorophyll, which some studies suggest supports liver detoxification and bile flow, both important for stool consistency and regularity. Raw or cooked. Cooked spinach is superior for constipation because cooking reduces its oxalate content and enhances magnesium absorption. Steaming or sautéing spinach in olive oil with garlic makes it both delicious and effective. Pro tip: pair spinach with vitamin C source like lemon juice to improve absorption of its minerals and antioxidants. What to avoid? Be cautious with raw spinach smoothies if you have a sluggish bowel or IBS. They can deliver too much insoluble fiber too quickly, overwhelming your gut and triggering gas or bloating. Number 2, fennel, the anti-bloat secret weapon. Fennel might not be a staple in every kitchen, but for those dealing with constipation, especially accompanied by gas and bloating, it's a vegetable worth knowing. The fennel bulb contains anethole, a compound with spasmolytic properties, meaning it calms intestinal contractions and reduces cramps. It also helps relax the muscles of the digestive tract, promoting smooth passage of stool. Fennel is particularly helpful for people whose constipation is worsened by stress, anxiety, or gut hypersensitivity. The vegetable contains gentle, soluble fiber that doesn't ferment excessively, making it ideal for IBS-C patients. In addition, fennel is a known carminative, meaning it helps expel trapped gas and supports the release of digestive juices, both of which create a better environment for bowel movement. How to eat. Thinly slice fennel bulbs and roast them with olive oil and sea salt until caramelized, or shave raw into salads with lemon for a crisp, licorice-flavored bite. Fennel seeds, used as tea, are also effective for bloating. Scientific note: studies have shown fennel extract improves transit time and stool comfort in people with functional constipation, especially when paired with anise or peppermint. Digestive combo idea: roast fennel with carrots and beets in a light garlic-infused oil for a triple vegetable constipation remedy that also boosts nitric oxide, butyrate, and hydration. Number 1, okra, the ultimate mucilaginous mover. If there's one vegetable that checks all the boxes for constipation relief, hydration, fiber, gut soothing, microbial support, bowel flow stimulation, and anti-inflammatory properties, it's okra. Often overlooked in modern Western diets, okra has been a digestive staple in African, Indian, and Middle Eastern cuisine for centuries, and now we know why. What makes okra so uniquely effective is its mucilage, a gel-like substance that forms when the pods are cooked. This mucilage acts like a natural intestinal lubricant. It coats the digestive tract, retains water, and forms a slippery matrix that helps stool slide to the colon without friction, strain, or fragmentation. But it doesn't stop there. Okra contains both soluble and insoluble fiber, including pectin and arabinoxolins, which support the gut microbiota and contribute to healthy stool bulk. These fibers also ferment into butyrate, fueling colon cells and improving peristaltic tone over time. Even more impressive, okra delivers magnesium, vitamin C, flavonoids, and antioxidants that reduce low-grade gut inflammation, a key trigger for slow motility and hypersensitive bowels. Let's break down exactly why okra is the number 1 vegetable for natural constipation relief. The science behind okra's gut power. 1. Mucilage lubricates and protects. Unlike most vegetables, okra doesn't just hydrate the stool, it protects the lining of the colon. Mucilage helps calm irritated tissue and reduces mechanical friction inside the intestines. This is especially helpful for people who have developed anal fissures, hemorrhoids, or trauma from years of straining. 2. Butyrate production and motility regulation. The soluble fibers in okra are highly fermentable and promote the growth of butyrate-producing bacteria like Roseburia and Faecalibacterium prosnitzii. These bacteria are essential not only for colon health, but also for neurological signaling that triggers the urge to defecate. 3. Magnesium and polyphenol synergy. Each cup of cooked okra delivers 57 milligrams of magnesium, which helps soften stool via osmotic action. It also contains quercetin and camphorol, antioxidants that reduce intestinal inflammation and improve epithelial barrier integrity. 4. Bile-stimulating compounds. Okra has mild choleritic properties, meaning it encourages bile production. As we discussed, bile is nature's laxative. It emulsifies fats, hydrates the gut, and stimulates peristalsis. How to eat okra for constipation relief. Steamed or sautéed. Lightly steam sliced okra and serve with a splash of olive oil and lemon. Avoid frying. It dehydrates the gel content. Okra soup. Combine okra with garlic, onion, bone broth, and carrots for a soothing, gut-healing meal that delivers fiber, minerals, and hydration in one bowl. Okra water. Traditional method: soak 4 to 5 sliced pods in a glass of water overnight. In the morning, drink the thickened water on an empty stomach. This traditional remedy has been used in many cultures for both blood sugar balance and digestion. Fermented okra, Lacto-fermented okra boosts probiotics while preserving mucilage. Add it as a side dish or chop into salads. Tip: if you've never eaten okra before, start with half a cup cooked and increase slowly. Too much mucilage at once can cause mild gas in those new to fermentable fiber. Full recap: top 9 vegetables for constipation relief. Let's review all 9 vegetables we covered in this powerful journey. Okra, the gel-rich, bacteria-feeding, bile-boosting superstar. Fennel, anti-bloat, anti-spasm, and gas-expelling miracle. Spinach, magnesium-rich, smooth muscle relaxer. Artichokes, prebiotic inulin and bile stimulator. Sweet potatoes, soluble fiber, potassium, and resistant starch. Beets, blood flow booster and stool softener. Carrots, cooked, soothing, inflammation-fighting classic. Green beans, gentle fiber plus magnesium combo. Zucchini, hydrating, soft, and perfect for sensitive guts. What do they all have in common? They hydrate the stool. They feed beneficial bacteria. They calm the colon's lining. And they support the nervous system that controls elimination. They're not harsh. They're not artificial. They work with your body, not against it. Constipation isn't just about fiber. It's about strategy. If you've been told just eat more fiber and still feel stuck, that advice wasn't wrong. It was incomplete. Fiber works only when it's the right type, consumed with hydration, balanced with bowel flow, and processed by a healthy microbiome. What you just learned today is a complete system, backed by physiology, real food, and results. So here's your challenge. Choose 3 vegetables from this list and eat them every day for the next 7 days. Prepare them gently. Eat them with healthy fats. Drink water consistently. And observe how your body responds. Track your stool. Track how you feel. You'll likely notice less bloating, softer texture, easier passing, and more confidence when you step into the bathroom. If you made it this far, chances are you're serious about solving constipation naturally. Now we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. I'm starting with your chosen vegetable. Wish me luck. Like this video if you've learned something new that you can apply starting today. Subscribe to Constipation Health for weekly videos that turn gut science into daily relief. We'll be covering the best morning drinks for regularity, nighttime habits that sabotage bowel movements, top supplements to pair with vegetables, and deep dives into IBS-C, motility disorders, and microbiome healing. You don't need to suffer with bloating, cramping, or that constant stuck feeling. Nature has already given you the tools. Now it's your turn to use them. Take the next bite. Your body will thank you every single morning.